Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mari and I hope you can like and subscribe to my channel to show your support. So very quickly before we begin, I want to show you guys that I've already decorated the 3 extra monthly pages on my Hobonichi Weeks for the new restaurants, new films, and new series to watch. The main event, however, that I really want to show you guys is that I will be preparing the very first official week of January 2022 on my Hobonichi Weeks. So of course I'll start with January 1 and 2, but being that they are a weekend, I will also proceed to designing for January 3 to 9. So I will be using this 0.1 Pigma Micron and the shorter Hobonichi yellow stencil as my ruler. I have been so excited to do this, even though I have nothing to write yet. There are no specific events or tasks or reminders that I have in mind yet. If you guys saw the way I set up my 2021 weeks in a rather old video of mine on this same channel, I mainly use this right side of my Hobonichi Weeks as a weekly journal reflection space. However, this year I want to change things up a bit and make my weeks more focused on tracking and staying on top of all my plans for the year. So this is going to be just 2 individual boxes, which I will use to essentially connect as a sort of extension to each date on the left side of this entire weekly spread. On the left side, I want to cut down the space to 1/3 and 2/3 of the portion allotted for writing. So you can see there are 2 dots in the middle lines, and those serve as like guides of sorts. So you can actually cut down this part into 3, but for my case, I'm doing it at 1/3 and 2/3. So the leftmost column I will use for events and appointments, while the 2/3 part will be for date-specific tasks or reminders, as those are actually much longer when you write them down. So there, that's how I will start with my setup. So for those of you who watched a previous video of mine, I will be writing a letter to myself and to essentially to the weeks, as I consider it a partner of mine for every year. It will be my EDC, my everyday carry, and I wanted to write that letter on the top portion of the right side of this particular spread on the last day of 2021 as a sort of welcoming to my 2022. So of course I will not show you guys what I'm going to write there, but yeah. So I want to put a sort of border on the middle portion of the right grid note side of the weekly layout, just to create this sort of break between the official start of 2022 and the letter that I will be writing on the top portion. So I've decided to use this floral washi tape. I've had this since 2019 and I've been so careful to use it, so I still have quite a lot of it left. Right. So I've already measured the length that I need out of it with the longer yellow stencil that you just saw, and I have my trusty cutting board, cutting mat. Now I forget what it's called really, so I can neatly and cleanly cut this washi tape for my need. So you can see the leftmost side of this washi tape has actually been overused, like the adhesive isn't that good anymore. So I'll sort of, I'll be cutting like at an excess just so I can focus on the more, with the better adhesive parts of the tape. So again, very quickly making use of the ruler just to make sure that I have the measurement right, so it fits snugly on the page. I don't want like anything extending off to the edge, and I can probably respect the border made around the grid area of the Hobonichi Weeks notes part. So just quickly cutting through here. I hope you guys have started preparing your own planners for 2022 as well. I'm sure many of you had trouble deciding given the variety of planners available in the market now. Personally, I had a little trouble choosing because I am truly a lover of the Hobonichi lineup and quality. I like working with the Tomoe River paper that they offer, but I'm pretty sure that's, if you guys have heard the news, they're going to change the paper, but then I'm not so worried about it because it's still Tomoe River paper. There are a few adjustments, and you know, it's probably going to be a new experience. So I started venturing actually into Midori and Traveler's Notebook offerings. I've actually purchased so many extras for 2022. So I'm still thinking about what to do with them, or if I'll be using them by 2023 instead, but mainly I will be using a Midori for a journal for 2022. So I'm just adjusting the light here a bit. I'm really sorry about the oddness in lighting, but lately the weather here has been crazy. It flits from sunny to cloudy to rainy and back again in a span of half an hour, so it really takes a toll on my filming. I also don't want to rely on artificial lighting, if you guys noticed. Most of the time I just let light in through my window for my filming periods. I hope this doesn't bother you guys, especially those with eyes more sensitive to light changes. If ever that does bother you, I'm really sorry, and I hope it doesn't cause dizziness. At this point, I'm just cleaning the cut on the washi tape. Since I wanted to have less space to take up on the actual page of my Hobonichi, and I wanted to highlight mainly the design. So the border or the extra tape on the top portion of the washi tape is essentially what I'm removing here. So I'm not going to clean it out. It's not going to be like a perfect cut, but I just wanted to make sure that as much of the writing space I have for that letter is saved. I'm just going to carefully erase this from the cutting board so I can transfer it to my weeks. I am relatively OC when handling or when putting in stickers on my Hobonichi, especially with the alignment. So I'm being very, very careful with this one. It's not obvious right now, but I'm literally not breathing as I do this. I want this perfect. Okay, there we go. It looks really great on the page. It gives a nice break between the area for 2022 and the space for my letter to myself and for the weeks at the start of the year. So that's really nice. Whew. At this point, I can actually fill in just a few details with my TWSBI. This is a Diamond Rose Gold Mini version 2. And it's an extra fine nib. I also filled it up with Troublemaker ink in Tablea color. So this is a nice brown color. This particular ink is made from the Philippines and it has a really great quality to it. I can recommend it to anyone looking. It has a very fast drying period once you've used it or once you've written with it on the Tomoe River paper. And I just love how delicate the colors are. So this particular portion will be used mainly to track my food per day. In April 2021, I actually started on intermittent fasting, but in 2022, I want to restart again and actually reintroduce breakfast to my diet. So you'll see here B stands for breakfast, L for lunch, and then D for dinner. The practice I did in 2021 was to eat only between 12 noon to 8 p.m. So essentially you're removing breakfast. On this particular portion, I want to put a very simple self-care tracker to help me keep up with my personal habits. I actually don't have a standard skincare regimen, so this time I want to see if it'll make a difference having one. A lot of people actually compliment me for my skin, asking me for my skincare regimen, but I honestly don't have one, guys. To those of you who know me personally watching this video, I really don't have a skincare practice, but for 2022 I want to start and see if it'll actually make a difference or it'll make my skin bad. So I put in facial for morning and afternoon, or evening rather, vitamins, lotion for my body, hydrate, of course, keeping track of my water drinking habits, and journal. Right, so there's just 2 days, so I'll just put Saturday and Sunday, so no MWF on this particular tracker. And of course, I have to put in that we're celebrating the New Year's to welcome 2022. So I think that's the only main event that I can actually include on there. And on the second, as it is a Sunday, I will be transferring from my parents' home to the condominium in preparation for my new work week on the 3rd. So this is a common practice for me. I stay with my family in the weekends, but I stay in my condo in the work week, so it's easier for me to travel to my work. Right, so that looks really nice. Not too heavy in terms of design, at least for my eyes, and I really appreciate how it looks. It's so clean. And again, of course, I'll be writing that letter on December 31st, so I will not show you guys that one. It's very personal. So now on to the official first week of 2022. So I will start on January 3 all the way up to January 9 for this particular one. I have sticky notes to help me keep track of what's going where. So that's also a practice that you guys can do. So again, I need to break the left weekly layout into two parts. The first column, it's just that first box, so you'll see the dots there on the middle portion. The two dots, so those mark the first, second, and third boxes or columns for this layout. So the first column I will use for the events and appointments that I need to keep track of on a weekly basis. So it's very important for me to have this overarching view of the entire week, so I know what to anticipate as I start my work week. It's very difficult for me to do this when I look at dates on a daily basis, on a per day, because there are things that I need to prepare on Sunday, for example, when I'm coming from our family's house, going to the condo. I have to make sure I have everything I need. So be it clothes or work materials, etc. I have to make sure that everything is in order and complete when I do travel to the condo, because it's very difficult to travel around where I'm from. So instead of just drawing the line, I want to frame this first column to give it a separate space of its own from the rest of the weekly layout. I feel it helps me to visually see how it stands out from the rest. So just simply darkening the lines on this one, it already brings my eyes immediately to this area every time I open the page. So I think that's very important. Some of you guys might not need as much visual assistance, but for those of you who do, this might come in handy if you're designing your Hobonichi Weeks. And so here are my other important sticky notes, and just set them aside. So on the right side again, I need the boxes to monitor my eating habits on a daily basis. I put in boxes to separate the days, and it follows the guidelines from the left side's weekly view for a cleaner look. I'm actually really excited for 2022 because this is the first time I will be monitoring everything I eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I won't include snacks. I might try to avoid snacks. But this tracker gives me a sense of my eating patterns, and it will help me, it will signal me to put in a variety in my food intake. Usually when I become so accustomed to eating certain foods I like or that I enjoy, I end up neglecting eating others that will actually provide me with more nutrition or better nutrition. So I hope that doing this for the year, or maybe even just for the first month this January, just to test it out, will help me figure out how to improve my health through good eating habits. So I'll avoid snacking and focus mainly on the breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I might also try lessening my rice intake. So this time I want to make use of the Kina print stickers I purchased to mark the general plan for certain days. In this case, I have the stickers with the laptop that says work. And this is actually quite difficult to remove from the sticker sheet. I may have done something wrong, or it could be that the quality of the adhesive Kina Prints uses is very high quality. I would like to believe it's the latter. As you can see, I'm struggling a little bit. Oh, not a little bit, probably a lot. I'm struggling a lot. And to think I have long nails for this, but it's very difficult. I think I can make use of my blade so it's easier to get the stickers. I just hope I don't damage them in the process. I am a big fan of Kina print stickers, especially after seeing the variety of stickers that she has to offer on her Instagram. You can check that out. I will be putting that down on the description box below for you to see. I'd recently purchased from her shop when she had the 12/12 sale. And in huge part, I am also inspired by how actively Aina Christina, she's another YouTuber, and I will also link her channel down below for you guys to check her out. She is absolutely fantastic using her traveler's company notebook as her planner, and I like the way she incorporates Kina print stickers on her monthly pages. So I'm putting these small stickers on the lower left corner of each day just to serve as a visual signal for me of how many days I can expect to put in for work. I'm really excited for this one since I've actually just recently started working at a new office, and I'm looking forward to see how it goes for me. I really want to love this new job of mine. So I'm going to keep these sticky notes just to help guide me as I do this. I can be quite forgetful, so these are very helpful. Now I will be using a 0.005 Pigma Micron, so it's the very thin one. I've already done the food tracker, so now I'll move on to the 8 critical tasks. So just so you have this tracker with, yes, just so it's easy to see as well. So I'm moving on to the 8 critical tasks. I recently wanted to try this out, and I actually applied this for the last week of December in 2021 just to try it. The idea is that you will list 8 critical tasks that you need to complete within the week in no particular order, so it will help center or ground your plans for that entire 7-day period. I feel like this will be immensely helpful to me in the in my new work, and it also caters to maximizing the planning potential on my Hobonichi Weeks. So I'm just going to list down numbers 1 to 8 for the tasks, which I will fill up later on. So when the time comes, I actually am nearing this particular week, I will be filling these in with critical tasks that I need to do for work. Maybe I can also add in some non-work tasks. So that's done. Next, I'll prepare my household chores tracker. It's very important for me to be able to help around the house, even just a little bit, since my parents are not getting any younger, and they deserve to be able to rest from time to time. And typically, I can only do this when I'm around the house, so that's only on the weekends. I want to put in the days on the right side of this part and the specific chores on the left. So I'm listing dishwashing, fixing my bed, clothes, dish storage, and these are mainly focused for actually when I am in our family home. I made a very odd mistake with the line here, but that's fine. I can accept minor mistakes on my weeks. And I don't think it's obvious. I don't think it's very obvious. I'm just not going to stare at it for very long. Now on the bottom portion, I will leave a few more spaces actually in case other chores pop up for me to do, and I'll list another tracker here again for my self-care habits. Right now I don't do a lot in terms of self-care. I mean, I don't really track it because I feel I have very limited time throughout the day. So to prepare this, I'll just follow the same line as the previous chores tracker, so there's a consistency in the trackers I use. So again, just replicating what I did on the previous page for facials, vitamins, lotion, hydrate, and journaling. I think I can even add playing with our pets. And I can leave a bit more space in case something else pops up that I want to track. So I'm pulling out the same stickers again from Kina Prints, and this time I want to use these lovely neutral colored stickers in circles. These ones actually have a very similar feel to the design that I made for the start of the weeklies. So I really like that. I think that's very coincidental. It was not planned. So I will be using the first 3 colors on this one. I want to make it a point to put in 2 circles per tracker so it's highlighted somewhat. I'm a huge fan of circles and squares, but I don't really understand why. Just geometric shapes in general make me very happy. So as I'm doing this, I hope you guys are enjoying the season so far. I think shopping malls are a little less packed lately with the pandemic still ongoing. Watch me struggle to remove these stickers from the sheet. But I'm actually really very happy with this purchase, and I hope you guys find the time to support small businesses or artists who are trying to make a living by making stickers or washi tapes using their artworks. So these are very nice. They're very high quality, and actually the packaging was really beautiful as well. Gina Prints made sure that this traveled to me safely. This time I want to make use of the MU print on stickers I purchased last month. I've been so excited to maximize these, and I promised myself to only use them for 2022. So I've only been staring at them and making plans in my head how to use them on my weeks. I decided to go with my love of circles again, and this time opt for watercolor circles from Lynn and at LCN Design Studios. I really like the ones with overlapping circles as it gives such a playful vibe on the page, but I am sticking with this light color just to keep consistency with the already placed circles on my trackers. For those of you who are not so familiar with MU print on stickers, they act like temporary tattoos. You essentially remove the paper backing from the design, just like this, and then you place the design face up so that the colors are the ones popping up, and you rub that design through the plastic film that covers it so that it transfers to your new surface. It might take a couple of minutes and quite a few rubs before the design is actually transferred to the surface that you want it on, but I promise you it is worth it. So I'm being very careful just to remove the film on the top portion. Just do this very slowly so you can check if the design is actually transferred. And just give it a good pat to seal the deal. So the design is practically tattooed on the paper and has no bump to it, so it doesn't add as much bulk to your planner the way a sticker or washi tape would. You can also appreciate here how translucent it is, so you can still make designs where the printed or written parts of your planner are still seen or visible. So I think that's an added bonus to me when I started making use of these print-on stickers. So I'm just putting these 3 on random spaces of my Hobonichi Weeks, usually in a border or a framing type of way, and they look so nice. I am very happy with the position. Now I'm going ahead with this design, and I will be taking the floral ones from it to add to my first week deco. So the video was abruptly cut off earlier because my phone is starting to become very low on storage space. So I've already placed 1 floral design on my self-care tracker, as you can see. Okay, so this, I hope you guys understand if the video jumps from time to time. My phone is really going low on storage. So here on the top portion, you'll see I'm putting in a larger floral design, and I really love the natural color of the florals that I got from the sticker set. These definitely will look wonderful for the feel that I'm going for. I am trying to peel off the plastic cover of the sticker very slowly and then going back in to rub it again in case some parts of the sticker is not fully transferred onto the page. I highly recommend taking your time with this. I'm very happy with how this turned out, so I'm just going to show you guys in a relatively close-up way the design and the writing. I hope this helps you guys also conceptualize your own layouts for the coming new year. So I'm very happy with this one, and I will be filling this out later on when I actually have more things to write or to prepare for in 2022. So let's all look forward to 2022 with hope, hoping that the pandemic ends, hoping that it's going to be our year of successes, achievements, and joy, and love for those of you who are looking for that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment to show your love. See you on the next one. Bye!